Did you know the average American wastes over $1,500 a year on groceries, but one secret shopping strategy at Costco can slash that number fast? Hey everyone, I've been digging into Costco's best kept pantry secrets, analyzing prices, comparing brands, even asking moms, chefs, and budgeting experts what they never leave the warehouse without. And what I found? Mind blowing. In this video, I'm revealing 20 pantry items that not only save you money, but also cut down on waste, time, and last minute takeout runs. Oh, and let me know in the comments if you've noticed any weird price hikes or shortages lately. I'm tracking them too. Let's kick things off with something simple but powerful: canned black beans. You'll usually find them in a 6-pack at Costco for around $7. That breaks down to about $1.15 per can, which might not sound like a big deal at first, but here's the kicker. Most grocery stores charge up to $1.89 per can if you buy them one by one. So when you do the math, buying them in bulk at Costco actually saves you over 70 cents per can. That might not seem like much, but it adds up fast, especially if you cook with beans often. Black beans are one of those ingredients that punch way above their weight. They're cheap, filling, and packed with protein and fiber. That makes them perfect for everything from quick weeknight dinners to healthy meal prep. And let's be real, they're also super easy to use. No soaking, no boiling, just open and go. That's why they're a pantry staple for so many people, whether you're cooking for one or feeding a whole family. You can throw them into soups, tacos, burritos, rice bowls, or even make homemade veggie burgers. Some people even sneak them into brownies for a secret protein boost. Yes, really, they make the batter extra fudgy. The point is, black beans are incredibly versatile. And when you buy them at Costco, you're not only saving money, you're also saving time and trips to the store. If you've noticed prices going up on everyday items lately, you're not alone. A lot of folks are feeling the pinch at the grocery store. That's why smart shopping matters more than ever. Buying in bulk isn't just for big families anymore. It's a great way for anyone to stretch their dollar further. Have you seen any strange price hikes or shortages at your local store? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious how things are looking across the country. So yeah, canned black beans may seem like a small win, but they're actually a huge part of a smarter shopping strategy. Stick around. We've got 19 more game-changing pantry picks coming up next. Let's talk about something that might not seem exciting at first, but is a total kitchen hero: chicken broth. You might think boxed broth is just broth until you realize how much it can save you when you buy it the right way. Costco usually carries organic chicken broth in giant 32-ounce boxes, and they often go on sale for under $3. That's less than half of what you'd pay elsewhere for the same quality. Most stores charge around $3 or even more for a small 32-oz container, and sometimes you're stuck buying multiple because your recipe calls for more. But with Costco's deal, you're getting the same amount for way less. And here's a pro tip: if you freeze leftover broth in ice cube trays, you've got perfect portions for sauces, rice, or even scrambled eggs later. Chicken broth isn't just for soup, although that's a great start. Use it to cook grains like rice or quinoa, add depth to stews, or deglaze a pan after sautéing veggies. It gives your food so much more flavor without adding much fat or calories. If you're trying to eat healthy or stretch your meals further, this is one of those quiet power players. Have you noticed how some brands are disappearing from shelves lately? Or maybe certain items are costing way more than they used to. I've been tracking these changes, and I'm hearing stories from viewers all over the country. Let me know what you've seen. I want to hear if prices are rising where you live too. This might not be the flashiest item on our list, but trust me, once you start cooking with organic broth from Costco, you won't want to go back. Stick around, we're just getting started. Up next is another pantry essential that could seriously change the way you meal prep. Number 18, rolled oats, large bag. Now let's talk breakfast, or at least something that can be breakfast if you're into meal prep. Meet your new best friend, rolled oats. Costco sells them in massive bags, usually around 6 pounds for just over $6. That breaks down to about $1 per pound, which sounds too good to be true until you realize most stores charge $2 to $3 per pound for much smaller bags. This is the kind of deal that makes a real difference if you eat oats regularly. Whether it's for hot cereal, overnight oats, or even baking, like in cookies or granola bars, having a big bag on hand means never running out at the worst possible time. And honestly, I don't know how I survived college without this bag. It was my go-to for quick, cheap, and filling meals. Oats also have an impressively long shelf life, so once you buy a bag, you can basically forget about it until you need it again. No fridge space needed, no special storage, just keep it dry and sealed. If you meal prep or batch cook, this is a total game changer. But here's the thing, not all oat brands are created equal. Some taste chalky, some get soggy, and others just don't hold up well in recipes. The ones at Costco, surprisingly high quality. And if you've noticed your local store hiking prices on basic grains lately, this is one of those items where buying in bulk really pays off. Have you seen any shortages or weird price jumps on your usual breakfast staples? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking what's changing across the country. Up next is another pantry item that might surprise you with just how much money it saves you. Stick around. Number 17, McCormick Spices, bulk bottles. Let's spice things up, us literally. Meet one of the most underrated money savers at Costco. McCormick Spices, sold in bulk bottles. You'll often find them in sets or individually, and they're always a better deal than what you see on grocery store shelves. At Costco, these spices come in larger than usual bottles. We're talking garlic powder, paprika, cumin, chili powder, oregano, all the essentials. And since they rotate their stock often, you're getting fresh stuff with plenty of shelf life left. You're paying maybe 20% more volume for the same price as a tiny bottle elsewhere. That's not just smart shopping, that's kitchen magic in a jar. Think about how often you reach for garlic powder when making pasta, or paprika when seasoning roasted veggies, or cumin when whipping up taco night at home. These are everyday flavors that make meals go from okay to, wait, did you cook this? And when you've got them in bulk, you never have to worry about running out mid-recipe again. I've talked to a lot of home cooks while researching this list, and one thing they all agree on is this: cheap spices don't mean cheap meals. In fact, having a well-stocked spice rack can actually save you money by turning basic ingredients into something rich and flavorful. No need for fancy cuts of meat or imported cheeses, just a few pinches of the right spice. Have you noticed any spice shortages or weird price hikes lately? I've heard some folks are seeing certain seasonings disappear from shelves or cost twice as much. Let me know what's going on where you shop. I'm tracking these changes too. This might seem like a small pick, but trust me, once you start cooking with fresh, affordable spices from Costco, you won't want to go back. Keep watching. We've got even more pantry wins coming up next. Number 16, creamy peanut butter, a Jif or Kirkland. Let's talk about one of life's simple joys, peanut butter. And not just any peanut butter, the kind you find at Costco in giant jars that feel like they'll last forever. And honestly, we're okay with that. You'll usually see either Jif or Kirkland Signature brand, and both come in sizes over 40 ounces for under $5. That's a big deal when you think about it. Most stores charge around $3 to $4 for a standard 16-ounce jar. So yeah, you're getting more than double the amount for basically the same price. That's not just a win, that's a home run. Peanut butter is one of those items that finds its way into so many meals. Whether you're spreading it on toast, mixing it into overnight oats, blending it into smoothies, or using it as a base for sauces, there's always a use for it. And if you've ever run out mid-recipe, you know how frustrating that can be. Buying in bulk means never having to make that sad trip to the store again. And let's be real, sometimes eating it straight from the jar with a spoon is the highlight of the day. No shame here. We've all been there. But here's something you might not have noticed. Peanut butter prices have been creeping up over the past year. Some brands are even smaller now for the same price. If you've seen this where you live, drop a comment below. I'm tracking these changes across the country. Number 15, elbow macaroni, Great Value or Barilla. Let's talk comfort food, and I mean the kind that doesn't break the bank. Enter elbow macaroni, one of those classic pantry staples that never goes out of style. At Costco, you'll usually find it in a 3-pound bag for around $4. That's enough to make homemade mac and cheese for weeks. Or stretch into casseroles, soups, and even cold pasta salads. Think about this. At most grocery stores, a 16-ounce box of elbow macaroni costs anywhere from $1 to $2. So when you buy a full 3-pound bag for just $4, you're basically paying the same price for triple the amount. That's not just smart shopping, that's serious value. And here's the bonus. Macaroni has a long shelf life. You can stock up once and forget about it until you need it again. No refrigeration needed, no special storage, just keep it dry and sealed. If you meal prep or cook for a family, this is a total lifesaver. You can mix it with cheese, toss it into baked dishes, or use it in kid-friendly meals that everyone actually eats. And if you've got picky eaters at home, you already know how valuable that is. But here's something a lot of people don't realize. Pasta prices have been quietly rising over the past couple of years. Some brands are shrinking package sizes while keeping prices the same. Have you noticed this where you shop? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking these changes across the US. Number 14, diced tomatoes, Hunt's or Kirkland. Let's talk about something that might not get enough credit: diced tomatoes. These little red cubes are the backbone of so many meals, and when you buy them at Costco, you're setting yourself up for flavor and savings. At Costco, you'll usually find 6 packs of canned diced tomatoes for around $8. That breaks down to roughly $1.30 per can, which sounds like a steal until you realize most stores charge $1.99 or more for a single can. So yeah, buying in bulk here doesn't just save you money. It saves you from impulse buying last-minute ingredients when you're already home and hungry. These cans are perfect for chili, soups, stews, pasta sauces, and yes, even lasagna. If you cook anything Italian, Mexican, or vaguely tomato-based, these belong in your pantry. And let's be honest, we all need more lasagna in our lives. But here's the thing, BTs, not all canned tomatoes are created equal. Some taste watery, some are too salty, and others just don't hold up well in recipes. The Hunt's or Kirkland brands at Costco, solid quality. They keep their texture, they're packed with flavor, and they give you real cooking flexibility without breaking the bank. Number 13, baking essentials, flour and sugar combo. Let's talk about something that quietly saves you time, space, and money: the flour and sugar combo pack. You'll see these at Costco from time to time, sometimes labeled as pancake kits, cake kits, or just a simple pairing of all-purpose flour and granulated sugar. When you find them, grab them. Why? Because buying these two together usually means paying less per pound than if you bought them separately. You're looking at around 10 chelbs of each for under $10 total, which is seriously hard to beat anywhere else. And here's the bonus: when you've got both on hand, you're always ready for a baking emergency. Whether it's pancakes on a lazy Sunday morning, cookies for the school bake sale, or a last-minute birthday cake, having both ingredients already in your pantry makes life way easier. But here's something most people don't think about. Flour and sugar have gotten more expensive over the past year. Some stores are charging more while giving you less. Have you noticed any weird price hikes or shortages on basic baking supplies where you live? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking what's changing across the country. This might not be the most exciting item on our list, but it's one of the most practical. Once you start buying smart like this, you'll wonder how you ever baked without it. Keep watching. We've got even more pantry wins coming up next. Number 12, maple syrup. Let's talk about something sweet, really sweet. Meet Costco's Kirkland maple syrup, a total game changer for anyone who used to buy syrup at the grocery store and thought they were getting a deal. Spoiler, you weren't. At Costco, you'll find Kirkland's version in a full gallon jug. Yes, a gallon, for under $25. That might sound like a lot, but compare that to what you'd pay elsewhere. Most stores charge $8 to $10 for a tiny 32-ounce bottle. So when you do the math, Costco's version is basically half the cost per ounce. And trust me, once you start using it, you'll find plenty of ways to make that gallon disappear. This isn't just for pancakes, though those Saturday mornings will get a whole lot better. Use it in oatmeal, yogurt bowls, smoothies, or even as a natural sweetener in baked beans or glazes. Number 11, coconut oil. Let's talk about something that's been flying under the radar for years: coconut oil. And not just any coconut oil, the kind you find at Costco in giant 52-ounce jars for under $15. That might sound like a lot at first glance, until you realize most stores charge double for half the size. Seriously? Some grocery stores sell tiny 15-ounce jars for over $10. So when you buy the big tub at Costco, you're not just saving money. You're basically investing in future meals, snacks, and maybe even skincare. Coconut oil is one of those ingredients that feels fancy but doesn't have to be expensive. Use it for sautéing, roasting veggies, or even popping popcorn on the stovetop. Bakers love it because it adds richness without overpowering flavor. And if you've ever tried making homemade granola or energy bites, you already know how much better everything tastes with a touch of coconut oil. But here's the thing: it melts fast, like really fast. So once you open it, keep a towel handy and maybe don't leave it in your car on a hot day, unless you want an oily mess. Number 10, frozen mixed berries. Let's talk about something that might surprise you: frozen berries. And not just any frozen berries. The organic kind you find at Costco, packed with flavor, nutrients, and a price that makes them way more affordable than fresh. At Costco, you'll usually see organic mixed berries in big 4-pound bags for around $10. That breaks down to about $2.50 per pound, which sounds like a steal until you realize most stores charge $5 to $6 for a single pint of fresh berries. And that's barely a cup. So when you buy them frozen at Costco, you're getting more fruit for less money, and it lasts way longer. No worrying about them turning mushy or moldy after 2 days. Just keep them in the freezer and use what you need when you need it. These berries are perfect for smoothies, yogurt bowls, muffins, or even homemade jam. If you meal prep or batch cook breakfast, this is one of those quiet game changers that makes life easier. Number 9, vegetable broth box. Let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough credit: vegetable broth in a box. And not just any broth, the kind you find at Costco from brands like Imagine or College Inn, usually 32 ounces for under $3. That might not sound like a big deal until you realize how much better it tastes than the bouillon cubes hiding in your pantry. Plus, since these boxes are shelf stable until opened, you can stock up guilt-free. That means no last-minute runs to the store when you're halfway through a recipe and realize you're out of broth. This stuff is pure kitchen gold. Use it for soups, risottos, grain bowls, or even to add depth to roasted veggies. If you're trying to cut back on eat more plant-based meals, or just make your dinners taste better without adding fat, this is one of those quiet power players. And here's a pro tip. Once you open the box, just keep it in the fridge and use what you need. It stays fresh for weeks, so you'll never waste a drop. But here's something a lot of people don't realize. Broth prices have been creeping up over the past year. Some stores are charging more for smaller containers, and others are even changing formulas without telling us. Have you noticed any weird price hikes or shortages lately? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking what's happening across the country. Number 8, nut packs. Let's talk about something that might not seem like a pantry staple, but absolutely should be: hot nut packs. Whether it's almonds, walnuts, cashews, or a mix, Costco sells them in big bags that look like they came straight from snack heaven. You'll usually find these packs weighing in at around 2 pounds, and often priced between 12 to 15 depending on the type of nuts. That's seriously hard to beat when you compare it to what you'd pay in the snack aisle, where a tiny 6-ounce bag can easily run you $5 or more. Nuts are one of those snacks that punch way above their weight. They're filling, packed with protein and healthy fats, and perfect for everything from trail mix to baking. If you meal prep, this is your secret weapon. A handful in the morning keeps the hunger monster away until lunch. No mid-morning vending machine runs required. But here's the bonus. You don't have to eat them plain. Toss them into oatmeal, blend them into homemade nut butter, or roast them with spices for a fancy snack that doesn't cost a fortune. And if you've got kids, or inner kids, mixing them with dried fruit is an instant hit. Have you noticed how some nuts are getting harder to find or suddenly costing way more? I've been tracking changes across the country, and I'm hearing from viewers who say their favorite snacks are quietly getting smaller or pricier. Let me know what you've seen. I want to hear how things are looking in your area. Number 7, apple cider vinegar. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Apple cider vinegar. You've probably seen it pop up on TikTok or in health trends, but here's the truth. This stuff is a total pantry powerhouse, and when you buy it at Costco, you're getting one of the biggest bangs for your buck. At Costco, you'll usually find big bottles of organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, sometimes 32 ounces for under $6. That's less than half the price of what you'd pay elsewhere for smaller bottles. And since this stuff lasts forever if stored right, buying in bulk makes so much sense. Now, don't let the hype fool you. This isn't just for detox shots, though some people swear by them. Use it in salad dressings, marinades, pickling, or even DIY cleaning products. It adds tangy flavor to sauces, helps tenderize meats, and can even give homemade sourdough starter a boost. And here's a pro tip. If you see the mother floating inside the bottle, that's normal. It means it's raw and full of good enzymes. Just shake it up before using. Number 6, soy sauce. Let's talk about something that brings serious flavor without breaking the bank. Soy sauce. And not just any soy sauce. The kind you find at Costco from big-name brands like Kikkoman or their own Kirkland Signature, usually in massive bottles that look like they came straight out of a restaurant kitchen. At Costco, you'll often find 64-ounce bottles for around $7 to $8. That might sound like a lot at first, until you realize most stores charge $3 to $4 for a 16-ounce bottle. So yeah, buying it here means paying basically the same price for 4 times the amount. That's not just smart shopping, that's kitchen gold in a bottle. Soy sauce is one of those ingredients that quietly makes everything taste better. Use it for stir fries, marinades, dipping sauces, or even to add depth to soups and stews. If you love sushi nights or homemade teriyaki chicken, this is your MVP. Number 5. Tomato paste tubes. Let's talk about something that might just change the way you cook. Tomato paste in tubes. If you've ever opened a can of tomato paste, used a spoonful, and then watched the rest sit in your fridge for weeks before turning into mystery gunk, this one's for you. At Costco, you'll usually find multi-packs of 6-ounce tomato paste tubes for around $5, often 3 tubes per pack. That means you use only what you need, no more throwing out half a can, no more sticky fridge shelves, just clean, easy, ready-to-use flavor. And here's the best part. These little tubes are packed with rich, concentrated tomato flavor, perfect for pizza sauce, soups, stews, or adding depth to any dish without watering it down. If you meal prep or batch cook, this is one of those quiet game changers that makes life easier. Most stores charge almost the same price for a single can as you'd pay here for 3 full tubes. So when you buy at Costco, you're not just saving money, you're saving time, space, and frustration. Number 4. Canned tuna. Let's talk about something that quietly saves you money every time you reach for it. Canned tuna. And not just any canned tuna. The kind you find at Costco in big 12-can packs or easy-to-carry pouches, usually priced around $10. That breaks down to about 80 cents per serving, which sounds like a win until you realize most stores charge $1.50 or more for a single can. So yeah, buying it at Costco means paying half the price for the same quality. That's not just smart shopping, that's serious savings. Tuna is one of those pantry staples that punches way above its weight. Use it for sandwiches, salads, pasta dishes, or even homemade tuna melt casseroles. If you're looking for quick, cheap protein, this is your new best friend. And if you grew up on tuna melts in school lunches, there's a good chance this item hits different. It brings back memories, it feeds your family, and it never goes out of style. Number 3, canned chili. Let's talk about something that might not get enough love, canned chili. And not just any chili, the kind you find at Costco from brands like Hormel or Kirkland, usually in big 6-can packs for under $10. That breaks down to around $1.60 per can, which already sounds like a deal until you realize most stores charge $2 or more for a single can. So yeah, buying it in bulk here means paying less for more. And that's a win no matter how you slice it. This is one of those pantry items that quietly saves you time and stress. Rainy day? No problem. Late work night? Covered. Forgot to plan dinner? Just open a can, heat it up, and call it a meal. You can eat it straight, top hot dogs with it, mix it into rice bowls, or even turn it into a quick stew with beans and corn, say. And if you grew up on classic American comfort food, this one hits different. It's nostalgic, it's filling, and it's always there when you need it. Number 2, instant oatmeal packets. Let's talk about something that might seem small but makes a big difference. Instant oatmeal packets. You'll find huge multi-flavor boxes at Costco, usually with around 30 packets for under $10. That breaks down to about 33 cents per packet, which sounds too good to be true until you realize most stores charge over $1 for a single serving. So yeah, buying in bulk here doesn't just save you money, it saves you time, stress, and last-minute breakfast panic. These little packets are perfect for busy mornings, school lunches, or even camping trips. Just add hot water, stir, and boom, breakfast is ready. And the variety? Oh, it's legit. From classic maple brown sugar to apple cinnamon to chocolate peanut butter, there's something for everyone. And if you grew up on instant oatmeal, there's a good chance this one hits different. It brings back memories, feeds your family fast, and actually tastes better than you remember. But here's something a lot of people don't realize. Prices on everyday breakfast staples have been creeping up lately. Some brands are shrinking portion sizes while keeping prices the same. Have you noticed this where you shop? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking what's changing across the country. This might not be the flashiest item on our list, but once you start buying smart like this, you'll wonder how you ever stocked your pantry any other way. Stick around. We're wrapping things up with the final and biggest pantry win next. Number 1, broth in boxes, chicken or vegetable. And finally, the crown jewel of pantry wins, broth in boxes. Whether it's chicken or vegetable, Costco carries top quality brands like Imagine, Collagen, or their own Kirkland signature, usually in 32-ounce boxes for under $3, and often on sale. That might not sound like a big deal until you realize most stores charge $3 to $4 for the exact same size, sometimes even more. And since these boxes last forever unopened, buying in bulk means never running out again. Broth is one of those quiet kitchen heroes that makes everything taste better. Use it for soups, grains, sauces, or even to deglaze pans for extra flavor. If you meal prep or batch cook, this is one of those game changers that quietly saves you time, money, and stress. And here's the bonus. Unlike cans, these boxes are easy to store, easy to pour, and easy to refrigerate after opening. No weird spoon scratching sounds or sticky fridge shelves. Just clean, usable broth for weeks. But here's something a lot of people don't talk about. Prices on basic cooking essentials have been creeping up over the past year. Some brands are shrinking containers while keeping prices high. Have you noticed this where you shop? Let me know in the comments. I'm tracking what's changing across the country. This might be the final item on our list, but trust me, once you start cooking with broth this good and this affordable, you'll wonder how you ever cooked without it. All right, everyone. That's our list of 20 pantry items that save you serious money at Costco. Whether you're meal prepping, trying to cut down on waste, or just looking for smart ways to stretch your grocery budget, these are the picks that actually make a difference. If you found this list helpful, and I'm guessing you did, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out, and don't forget to drop a comment below. Tell me what your favorite Costco pantry staple is, or if you've noticed any weird price hikes or shortages lately. I love hearing from you guys, and I read every single comment. Oh, and Ace, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss another video like this. We've got more food hacks, shopping tips, and budget-savvy finds coming your way, and trust me, you're going to want to see them. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, happy shopping.